Olá, eu chamo-me Alfredo Rodrigues, sou detentor do site queroimigrar.com e fiz a tradução deste vídeo porque achei importantíssimo que as pessoas entendam que há efetivamente uma forma de pormos em causa todo este sistema tirânico que nos está a ser obrigado a seguir. Portanto, vejam com cuidado, a doutora Dolores Carril demonstra como se pode acabar com os pés de barro em que assenta todas estas medidas tirânicas, que são os testes RT-PCR. Vejam o que cada um de nós pode já fazer se for prejudicado com estes testes. Vamos ver.
I'm launching a project in the last few weeks to sequence PCR tests because this whole, lockdown is based on positive PCR tests. But actually in the diagnostic world, in PCR, you would never diagnose with just a positive or negative. You have to actually sequence what is the test measuring. And, there was 1,500 PCR tests were sequenced in October 2020, and all of them were influenza A and B. Not one were SARS-CoV-2. So the legislation of all the lockdown and the so-called pandemic and public health emergency is based on the causative agent of COVID-19 being a coronavirus. So what I am personally doing is going to sequence PCR from informed consent from people in Ireland and the UK. If those sequences are not SARS-CoV-2, which would be, I think, a biological impossibility in January 2021, that then we can say to the governments, and I am intending to take an injunction in Ireland to the High Court, if the sequences come back as influenza, that the government cannot be reporting cases as COVID-19 or coronavirus. They have to be influenza. And the medical doctors cannot be putting causes of death because they are required to treat people based on whatever the causative agent is, and they can be struck off. But also they can be sued under medical negligence by people who have false diagnosis. But the other thing that I am going to initiate is for people who are quarantined, like if you can't return to Canada, or if in Canada they are using these tests and they are false, that people can then sue the ministers and prime ministers and the diagnostic companies and anyone administering the test. And the reason is that the ministers and prime ministers are spending citizens or people's money, and that is under procurement, and there are commercial, contracts. And if they should be testing whether these tests are testing for SARS-CoV-2 or something else, if they are spending money and the tests are not detecting the causative agent, SARS-CoV-2, then they are engaging in fraud, and that is malfeasance in public office, which is a crime in Canada, Ireland, UK, America, 5 to 10 years. But the Prime Minister personally can be sued because that's malfeasance in public office. So any indemnity they may have had does not apply if they have not done their duty of care to check that the testing was correct. So the way to actually bring down the lockdown is to actually sue personally the person that is requiring you to do the test, the manufacturer of the test, the hospital and the doctor, and the advisory committees individually, and the ministers and prime ministers, right? And so we will be launching, we might take a number of precedence cases, but we will be, and I was on 3 Zoom calls yesterday with about 50 countries, telling them that every country should be launching the sequencing of the PCR tests themselves. And we will be spearheading it, obviously, and I will be. But this will actually stop the lockdown worldwide, right? Because all of the legislation is based on SARS-CoV-2. If that is not the product of the test, or if we have heard from whistleblowers in America that they detected SARS-CoV-2 in the buffer of the PCR test. So that would, of course, be, potentially commercial fraud, diagnostic fraud. But individual people can sue the doctors, and the way to target it is to sue them individually or their insurance.
I think none of this will end until some of the people involved in this chain of command, just following orders, start to feel the personal legal effects of the actions that they're taking. So that's exceptionally important. And And that obviously dovetails in with the idea of Freedom Airway and opening skies once again, so that hopefully these tests will not be a requirement for whatever immunity passport they're trying to work on.
And maybe, James, just to finish that off real quick, is that when you can target as an individual or a family, like there is sadly a 42-year-old who died, when the test was taken, that I'm working with, right? So not only are there issues with the testing, but you can actually sue the indemnity insurance or that person individually. So what's interesting is that you don't need the police and you don't need to go to court, right? It's actually a civil matter. And in Ireland and in the United Kingdom, we have lawyers that are taking those cases. And so part of what we would like to do in Freedom Airways is to use, some of the money to push precedence legal cases for individual people. And of course, we do not want to be suing doctors really, or, if you have an immigration officer or a police officer that's doing unlawful behavior. But this has gone on now for a year. We have to actually make them, as you say, personally responsible. But the other thing is for doctors, if they want to renew their indemnity insurance as a professional, they will have to say if there are legal cases, waiting. And so if you have, thousands of Canadians that cannot go home, we can actually take legal cases and actually get the people who cannot go back to Canada to actually file the paperwork for their doctors in Canada, so that when those doctors have to apply for indemnity insurance, they can potentially have 2,000 claims. And each of those people, the claim could be 100,000. So they will then their insurance will be higher than other people, or they may not get insurance. So therefore they cannot work as a doctor. They are not insured. And that is the way to actually, target the globalist insurance companies and to target doctors that are engaging and making money from these tests that we think are unlawful.
All right. I certainly hope that people can understand the importance of this idea and the work that you're doing here in spearheading this. It's such an important part of, as you say, the inalienable human right to freedom of travel, freedom to even just return to your own home and see your own family. It's absolute insanity taking shape all over the globe right now. So this needs to happen. How can people out there who are interested in this, A, find out more information about this, and B, support this work?
Yeah, so thank you so much for the opportunity. So freedomairway.com is one. You can become a member and you can support us. So that would be to help us to build up a fund to get the first flight or to develop policy or potentially to take legal cases. The other one is just dolorescahill.com, which is just information from my interviews and things that are there because they have been censored. And then also you can look at the worldfreedomalliance.org, because that's where we're trying to spread this message throughout the world as well, and also the World Doctors Alliance. And I will be setting up something myself in order to advance the legal cases that I'm taking, and that will probably be in a month or so. And the information about that will be dolorescahill.com. So I really appreciate the opportunity, James, to get the message out.
I appreciate the work you're doing, and I'm sure this probably won't be the last time that we talk, or I certainly hope not. So you can update us on the various projects you're working on in the future, and I'm very much looking forward to that Freedom Airway flight from Tokyo to Dublin. I'll be one of the first passengers.
Lovely. Thank you. And I suppose just to finish off, really what we're going to live in, we're living in two parallel worlds versus freedom versus tyranny. And what we're trying to do is not have a vacuum, to build up a world of freedom in parallel. And then it's just a matter in the free market. Do people want to live at the point of a gun and be coerced into procedures and their children that they don't want to do? Or are they happy to defend the procedures in a world of freedom and the free market? And if you offer good service and you're doing what people want, that we will win. And in fact, that we're talking to each other already and connecting, we've won already. We just have to wade through however long, the 2 years, 5 years, 10 years it takes us to push back against this subversive world of tyranny that has been going on under the surface for 30 years and undermining the very fabric of our society.
Exactly right. Yeah, the choice is ours. Live in fear on your knees or live in freedom on your feet. And I know which choice I'm going to make. So thank you for the work you're doing. Once again, we'll direct people to freedomairway.com. The link will be in the show notes so that people can go there directly if they need that link.
Great.
Thank you very much for the work that you're doing.
Lovely. Thank you, James. Pleasure to talk to you and to your listeners. Thank you very much.